Okay, this video is for the Carnival cruise ship employee that disrespected my child, and this is also for the Carnival cruise ship line. This is my very first cruise. I've never been on a cruise. I've never booked a cruise. This is my very first one, and this is the company that I chose to go with when it comes to booking my very first cruise. We came on a family vacation, a family trip. Prior to us getting on the cruise ship, we were approached by a young lady that works for the Carnival cruise ship line. She approached us and she said, "Do you guys have your boarding passes?" So we responded with yes. This is before you get inside of the security check. This was outside where you have the early and what is it, the on time or early little split thing that divides up the lines. This is where you drop off your bags. This is before you even get inside of the security check line. So we're in line. She asks us, she approaches us. She's like, "Hey, do you guys have your boarding passes?" So we said yes. She asked, could she see them? So we gave her the boarding passes, and she looked at them. So she starts calling out the names. So she says my name. She says my little girl. I have two little girls. She says Harmony's name, and then when she gets to my daughter Dream, her name is Dream. She calls her Nightmare. And we are already harassed online. With people, that are grown women, grown men, grown individuals that call a little 4-year-old girl out of her name and, disrespects hers on numerous occasions. But we've never been disrespected in our face like this, and especially when we're going on a family vacation to the Carnival cruise ship. That should have never happened. That was very much out of line, and it was very much not needed. She could have simply just called my daughter her name, which is Dream. But to be calling her a nightmare like it's a joke, and then to laugh in our face like it's funny, I do want this to be addressed, and it needs to be taken to the fullest capacity, because we were very disrespected. And my 4-year-old daughter is very intelligent, so she understands what's going on. And when after this situation happened, it hurt my heart to see my daughter that's 4 ask me, "Mom, why did she call me Nightmare?" That is not any way that anybody should be treated when they're going on a vacation and they're spending their money, thousands of dollars, to come on a trip. That should not happen. She needs to be fired, and she does not need to work for anybody, no other cruise line ever, because at the end of the day, it could have just not been said. She could have just simply called her name. She didn't check anybody else's boarding passes but ours. Prior to her coming up to us, I didn't see her checking anybody else's boarding passes. So she intentionally targeted us because she knew who we were. We are well-known influencers, and at the end of the day, she's 4. She did not deserve that, and that is unacceptable. And I do want it addressed. And I do want all of my supporters to tag the Carnival cruise ship line, because this does need to be addressed. This is harassment. And at the end of the day, this is not okay. She's 4. And that's very traumatizing for a child to have to sit there and watch and witness a grown woman call her out of her name. That is not fair to her or to any of her family members who have to sit here and listen to that mess. It's unacceptable, and it needs to be handled, and it needs to be addressed. And I'm asking all of my supporters and all of my fans, I'm going to post a video of what the girl looks like. Find this girl's social media account so I can send it into Carnival, along with tagging Carnival, so that they can hold this young lady accountable for the harassment, because it was very unnecessary, and I do not appreciate it. At the end of the day, show people respect. We are spending our money to come on a trip. We don't deserve to be harassed. We already get harassed on social media time and time again. I don't want to be harassed in my face, and especially not my 4-year-old daughter who didn't ask to be harassed. So please address this issue and get back to me immediately with the resolution, because this is very disgusting. And this is our first cruise, and I don't think I'll probably ever be back with that mess. Tag them and get this handled immediately.